Today we're going to make a DIY carbon reactor. First thing we're going to do is look around and collect some parts. You find them in the most unusual places sometimes, as you can see by the birdseed container and this other container with a lid on it. And this is what we're going to build our reactor out of. Okay, here are the tools that I'm using for this project. I have a hole saw with a drill, heat gun to be able to bend and shape my pieces, a screwdriver for helping in shaping the pieces, some sandpaper, a pair of PVC cutters, hacksaw, small screwdriver to mix up some glue, and a little grinder here to grind off the burrs and shape pieces. And at the top of this, I also use a bandsaw in order to cut some of my parts. We'll also need an assortment of glues for this project. I have some PVC glue, some crazy glue, the thin, and some of the gel, and I have some JB Weld. It's a two-part epoxy. First thing I'm going to do is take this birdseed container and cut the top out of it so that I have a removable lid for my carbon reactor so that I can replace the builder medium in it. And as you can see here, I've cut the lid out. This one here had a red top. I have a clear threaded band for the thread for the lid, and I'll make an adapter piece up for this to attach it into my PVC. So the next step that we'll do is we're going to take a piece of scrap 4-inch PVC and we're going to cut a narrow strip off of it to make an adapter for the neck of the reactor. And I have taken and cut this here strip. It's narrow, about an inch wide, and I'll cut a sliver out of the side of it so that it'll fit inside of that clear neck, and I can attach this onto a piece of PVC pipe. What I've done is I took a piece of this PVC pipe, sewer size, it's thin wall, and I cut a narrow piece and I took a chunk out of it to glue into the neck of the birdseed container jar, and then I have my screw-on lid. And this is made so that on a piece of pipe here, this actually fits inside and gives me a gluing surface, so that I'm going to glue that with some Marine Tex type epoxy so that I have a screw-on lid for my reactor, so I'm able to get in and change. Okay, now we're ready to assemble some pieces. What we've done here in this assembly is I've took the clear collar and I had glued it onto this piece of PVC using an inner ring for support. There's where I cut the notch out to make it fit. And I also took another short piece of 4-inch PVC and I put a cap on the end of it. That'll be the bottom of the reactor. This, with the lid here, will be the top of the reactor. And then this ring here is what I'll use to glue the two pieces together once I finish putting all the ports and pipes on it for the inlet and the outlet for this reactor. I've made some inlet and outlet pieces for the reactor tube, and I've took a piece of thin wall 3/4 PVC pipe and I heated it up and made a flare to fit on it. And I ended up, when I flared it out, to make it flat to start with, and then I reheated it and shaped it and pushed it against the side of the tube to give it a concave shape, so that when I glue it inside the body that it'll fit the shape of the tube. I also took elbow and I done that same curve shape in order to fit the outside of the tube, so when I glue it together that it fits nicely. Okay, I've drilled a hole in the side of my tube, and then through this hole I'll stick this flange piece from the inside out, applying glue to the flange so that it glues fast. From the inside, such as that. And it leaves enough out there for me to glue my fitting on. And then the inside, as you can see, fits flush to the pipe with that little bit of a curve that I put in it. Okay, we're ready for more assembling. I've glued a nipple in the side of this tube, cut it short so that the fitting that I put on there fits tight up against the side. As you can see inside with the flare, it fits tight up against the side of the tube on the inside as to not obstruct, to be able to put any kind of a cartridge or anything down inside of it.